broadcast from swug.org. Your database answers are here. See you online.
Hi everyone, I'm Stephen Weinkup, and welcome to another edition of... Well, we are excited because we're going to be starting a new segment on the show from time to time, and we're talking with Laura Rose. She's going to be talking about kind of managing your career and growing your career and making some decisions and kind of increasing your influence in your company and just all sorts of really great stuff. And we're going to bring you these segments on a regular basis and talking about things to think about and ways to kind of approach your career a little bit differently. So I want to welcome to the program Laura Rose. Welcome to the show, Laura. Welcome back to the show, I should say.
Yeah, thank you, Stephen. It's an honor to be back. Thank you.
I think these are going to be some very powerful sessions and some really great tools for people as they kind of manage their careers and everything.
Yeah, I'm excited about it.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. One of the topics, we have a list of topics we're going to go through, and we'll just kind of pick these off as we go forward in the show. But one of the things that really stood out to me was you were talking about what are the soft skills that people need. And so why don't you talk about that a little bit? And first, what are soft skills? And then how do people apply that towards the work they're doing?
Well, soft skills, it's kind of compared to what we talk about in the technical skills. Back in the old days when I graduated from college, I graduated with an electronic engineering and computer engineering degree. And back in those days, I could hide in a little corner and get my computer programming done and show my technology background with the programs, that kind of products that I send out. But in today, we actually need a combination of what we call soft skills and your technical background. The soft skills are things like my presentation. How am I presenting myself? How am I presenting my work? How am I giving status reports to my managers and my executives in the room? How am I communicating? How am I listening? What are my active listening skills? Things like that.
Very true. And I think that, if somebody's a consultant or has their own business too, those things sort of apply towards their clients too.
Exactly. I think the hardest thing when you're starting your own company or trying to advance in your current company is the communication skills.
Yeah, definitely. One of the things that I've seen increasing, specifically with the DBA field, is the need for communications of not only just here's how you access the database and here's how you do these three things. It's much more of here are the real benefits you can get from looking at the data this way and being able to talk that through rather than just, I'm a techie guy and I don't need to worry about that.
That's a perfect example because there's a difference between the person that's buying your product and the person that's actually using the product. The business analyst may be the person that you're selling the product to, even though the technical person is the end user of the product. So you're not talking to the end user, you're talking to the business analyst to say, okay, what is my company's expectations or benefits for buying this product?
Right. So how do people finesse those skills? How do they do that? Should they make a list of talents or skills that they need to develop, or what do they do in that case?
I think that's a great question. There are a lot of different ways to accomplish that. One is to hook yourself up with a mentor in your company. If you're doing some technical business analysis work, hook up with a business analysis. How do I say this? The analysis of the person, the business requirement guy.
Right.
And work with that person. Having a mentor, having a coach. Try to identify where are your gaps. If you can't identify where your gaps are, ask your friends, your coworkers, your managers, and your mentors. And then once you identify your gaps, we can create a plan to sync those up.
Very interesting. I know when I first started doing technical presentations, I was terrified, and so I didn't know really how to get over that bump. And one of the things that really helped me was I went and kind of corralled all the developers at the company and said, look, I'm going to give you the presentation that I want to go give to this other group, but I'd like you guys to sit here and just be brutal. And then the other thing I did was to point a camera. And it's really painful, but if you can watch yourself afterward, you'll start to see some of the kind of odd mannerisms that you might have that you don't want to have and those kinds of things.
Those are perfect examples. actually offering Brown Bag Lunch series on the items that you are trying to develop, and you're sharing them with a group of your friends, will give you some practice.
Yeah.
Another idea is Toastmasters.
True.
That's a formal organization that's there to help us with our presentation skills.
Very good. And I will tell anybody that's kind of twitchy about presenting is you really can get used to it and really enjoy it. You just have to sort of face up to it and do it a few times, and then you'll find it's not as hard as maybe you think it is.
And stick to the items that you are comfortable with. I mean,
Yep.
You're the expert of the item that you're talking about, and just be comfortable and own that.
Yep, very true. Well, hey, thanks a lot. I really appreciate your time and your counsel on this, and I know I certainly look forward to our next segment, and we'll keep these up and give some folks some help. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Stephen.